whichever day it is for you. I know you're not all doing the video on the same day I record it, but hopefully you're making the most of this time, right? We get very few breaks in life, very few opportunities to slow down and just be still without guilt, right? We always feel like we have to be moving and doing and achieving, and now you don't have to do anything but just be. What a new thing for us, right? It can be really challenging. So just stay with your breath. I had a person call me today and tell me they were having a panic attack last night. So just such a reminder to just breathe, right? To just find your breath and find that grounding, and everything will be okay. So we'll start on our backs. Go ahead and lie down comfortably, finding a quiet-ish place. And if it's not quiet, don't worry about it, right? That's your first invitation to turn inward, to allow those sounds around you to become a little more in the background, to become a little less important in your mind. So just lie down on your back and let your eyes close and begin to connect to your breath. Begin to find that inhale and observe it. And finding that exhale and observing it as well. Becoming conscious and aware of something that's been happening all day already and all night, right? Our breath is unconscious. So by bringing our attention to the breath, we become more aware. We tap into the subtleness of the body. We begin to actually shift the brain's chemistry just through breath. It's that simple. So enjoy a few long, slow inhales and exhales at your own pace, in stillness and in quiet. Begin to let go of the need for doing and achieving, and step into the beauty of just being. Just being in your breath, being in this body and in this time and place. Then we'll go ahead and just draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a little hug. Draw your elbows down, allowing the back and the shoulders to rest on the ground. And then we'll just begin making circles with that hip. Maybe it feels more comfortable for you to hold the knee in just one hand. Just begin circling that knee around. So we're beginning to massage through the hip joint. Then take your circles the opposite way. Noticing how this movement feels in your body. And honoring the fact that it may feel different today than it will tomorrow or yesterday. Let that right knee be released and hold on to that left knee. Hug it into the chest and flatten everything down towards the floor. And just take a breath here. And then circling the left knee around in circles. Maybe you hold the knee, maybe letting go feels more freeing to you. Just circling around, noticing how the hip joint feels. And then circling the opposite way. Let's take both feet up towards the sky. You can leave the knees bent if it feels better in your low back and hamstrings. We're going to begin, just move the feet over to the left, and then we're going to make a smiley face. We're going to make that half circle as we dip the feet down, and then draw them back up as you come over to the other side. And just move with your breath this way. Swinging those feet slowly so that you can feel something in the core, so that you can connect to that power center in the body, the belly. And giving the tailbone a little massage here as well as you're rocking and rolling left and right and a little bit up and down. So we're starting to engage the core. So just being aware of what you feel and how you feel it, where you feel it, if you don't want to feel it, all of the above. Just connecting. And we'll take just a couple more. See if you can slow them down a little bit, if you can really move slowly in awareness. Super slow motion. Good, and then bring those knees back into the chest. Hug the knees in. We're going to spread our arms out from the shoulders, and then hug the knees in towards your chest as tight as you can. Bring the knees over to one side and just let them float above the ground. Keep pulling down through the top hip so the spine is long and we're twisting the spine while we're engaging the belly. Yeah, those knees are still pointing up towards the right elbow. And we breathe here, letting those knees hover, letting the thighs hover off the ground and the feet hovering as well. One more breath here. And then let that left knee float up, right knee follows. Hug those knees in towards the chest, as high up, as tight as you can get them. And then let those knees drop to the other side, hovering the thigh, the knees, the feet off the ground, just a few inches. And then draw down through your right hip to lengthen through the spine, and giving yourself a gentle twist with those legs elevated. Breathing your breath full and deep. And then bring that right knee back. Left knee follows. Hug the knees in towards the chest. One more core activity. We're going to press the heels and the feet towards the sky. We're going to interlace our hands behind our head, just cradling the head softly. Not pulling on the head, but just cradling it. We're going to lift the tailbone off the ground and then draw the shoulders up. And then lay the tailbone down, lay the shoulders down. Tailbone up, shoulders up, tailbone down, shoulders down. And just keep doing that a few more times. Just noticing the effort and the energy it takes to curl the spine up and off the ground. Moving with your breath. Exhaling on your way up and inhaling on the way down. Couple more. Good. And then hug those knees into the chest. Let's make some circles with your ankles now. Rotating them around in one direction and then the other. And then let's go ahead and begin to roll up and down the spine, holding behind the knees and rocking and rolling, rocking and rolling. And we're going to find a balance point on our sitting bones. So we're going to come up, find balance, and then we can extend the legs out. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Or you can leave the knees bent, or you can leave the feet towards the ground. So whatever feels better and more supportive in your body. Either way you are, we'll take the arms over to the right, twisting a little bit. Come back through center, take the arms over to the left. Come back through center, sit up nice and tall, 3 breaths here. At the end of your 3rd breath, we'll bend the knees, cross the ankles, and come to standing in a forward fold on your mat. You can have your feet separated about hip distance apart. Knees bending a little bit to allow the low back to just descend and fall. Top of the head falling towards the ground. And just settling into your breath. Finding a little extension through the spine, a little bit of length, separating those vertebrae, one from the next, giving the discs of the spine enough space to be free and healthy. And then bend your knees, roll yourself up. And we'll come to standing in mountain pose. So we're going to play a little bit with our feet in mountain pose. We're going to roll to the outer edges of the feet. Then lay those feet back down, roll to the inner edges. See if you can lift up the outside edges of the feet. Lay those feet back down, lift the heels up, come up onto the toes, come back down, lift your toes up, come back onto the heels. A little harder to balance there, of course. And then lay your feet back down. Feel the four corners of the feet, the outer and inner edges, the balls of the feet and the heels, all rooting down to support you. Pull those arms, hands down towards the ground. And reach up through the crown of your head. Close your eyes. Take a long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. Take the arms overhead. Sit to chair pose. Utkatasana. Reach those arms forward. Pull the tailbone down. Take a big inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale. We're going to lift halfway. Hands on the shins or on the thighs. Spine lengthening and extending. Exhale and fold. Bring your hands to the floor and step back to a plank pose. We're going to take one breath here. Hugging up and in through the belly, pressing down through the hands, and then we'll let the knees float to the ground. Slowly lower the chest to the ground. Release the tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale to cobra. Lift your chest. Pull the back of the heart back and up. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under, lift up to a down dog. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Pressing your hands into the earth to lift up through the hips, energetically pressing downward through the heels. And maybe you shake your head out a little bit here. Find some more length in the spine, some distance between the tailbone and the top of the head. Let's look between our hands. Take that right foot and step it up there. Come to a warrior one. Surya Namaskar B. Side salute B. Taking a warrior one. And then hands float to the ground. We step right back to that plank pose. You can allow the knees to come to the ground or you can shift forward onto the toes, bending the elbows halfway. And then coming up to an up dog or cobra. And exhaling to a down dog. Take that left foot. Step it between the thumbs as you look that direction. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Press out through your front knee, back through the back heel. Hands float to the ground. Step it back to plank, flowing through. Knees can be on the ground. Take your back bend, come up to a down dog. Settle in the breath. Squeeze those thumbs towards each other. Roll those upper arms open. Find some freedom in your neck. One more nice, long, slow inhale. Look between the thumbs, stepping, hopping, or walking forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit to chair pose. Exhale, lift those arms up and out. Hands to your chest in prayer and pause. Feel those 4 corners of your feet rooting down. And try in your mountain pose to feel this. Feel the shins trying to pull away from each other as the thighs try to press towards one another. So the legs become really active here. Belly draws up and in, and shoulders float down. We'll take one more sun B, flowing through one movement, one breath. If this feels too fast for you, take your own time. Inhale, sit to chair pose. Folding on your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank and lower down on that same long breath. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Inhale to warrior one. Slow that breath down as you rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor, coming through your plank. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale to warrior one. Lifting up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back. Lowering down. Inhale up. Exhale back, down dog, 3 breaths. Long, slow, and deep. And then look between the thumbs, step, hop, or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit to chair. Exhale, hands down into your chest in prayer. Slow, even, long breaths. Inhale, sit to chair. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Take a twist. So let those hips come back. Bring the left arm over the right thigh. I like to actually make a fist with the left hand so I can wrap the right hand around it. And then I've got something to push down into as I pull back through the tailbone and lengthen through the top of the head. Sitting those hips down deep. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, take a twist to the other side. Using the pressure of the hands as a leverage point to rotate around. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Clasp the palms. Pull the hands down. Pull the heart forward. This is an anti-devices stretch or a counter stretch to all the time we're spending on our devices right now. Pull those shoulders down and back. Exhale and fold. Let the top of the head drop towards the floor. Hands reach overhead. And one more long, slow breath. Lower the hands down to the ground. Swing that right foot behind the left foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Feeling a stretch in that outer right leg. Maybe the knees need to bend a bit here if it's too much. So go to that place where you feel something, where the breath is demanded to be present because you're feeling something, and be there. Knowing that you only have to go to the place where you can experience the breath deeper. Swing that right foot back, next to the left. Walk those hands back to the center. Swing that left foot back. Take it to the outside of the right. Walk those hands over in front of the feet. Take an inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Long spine. Just those vertebrae cascading one over the next. Swing that left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, sit to chair pose. Pull the hips back. Reach through those fingertips. Wait, let it settle back into the heels. Let the toes be light and lifted. And then lay those toes back down, lift through the heels, press through the balls of the feet, and sit down. Lifting those heels as high as you can. And then let the heels settle back to the ground, fold forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Step back to your plank, flowing through your vinyasa. You can have the knees on the ground, coming down and lifting to cobra, or take your low push-up to your up to up. Let's take your right leg up to the sky. 3-legged dog. Pressing out through your heel, lifting through the inner right thigh, and keeping equal pressure in those hands. Length through the spine, hug the knee into the chest, step it forward, warrior one, rise up. And then spin that back heel up. We're going to take eagle arms. Right arm's going to come under the left, crisscrossing them as high up as we can, bringing the palms together. Taking a back bend, lifting through the heart, look up, bending back, lifting those forearms towards the sky. Maybe you do a little bend in the back knee. Inhale, come back up. Arms overhead, lunge. Lower the hands down to the ground, take a twist, left hand down, right arm reaches for the sky. Pull back through your right hip. Take that left hand to the ground, come back to your plank, flow through your vinyasa. Walk those feet in a little bit. Really press into your right hand. Let that left hand slide back and take a hold of the outside of your right ankle. Giving yourself a little twist, maybe looking under the right arm. Applying pressure into that right shoulder. Keeping the weight even and balanced. And then replace that left hand back to the ground. Press deeply into the left hand. Begin to take that right hand back and take it around the left ankle. Looking under the left shoulder. And breathing here in your twisted triangle. Or your twisted, whatever it is, down dog. And then take that right hand back. Walk your down dog back out. Full length down dog. Float the left foot up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Inner left thigh engages. We press out through the left heel. And we're still really engaging that right leg as well. Hug the left knee into the chest. And then place that left foot on the ground. Warrior one. Rise up. Lifting up. Lifting out of the hips. And then we're going to spin that back heel up to the sky. We're going to take the left arm under this time, crisscrossing the arms high up. Take an inhale, slowly begin to shift the drishti, shift the gaze up. Bring those forearms to parallel with the sky or ceiling. Looking back, dropping back. Inhale, come back up. Unhooking the arms, stretching them overhead, hands to the floor. Take your twist. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up. Open through the heart. Connect. Connect to your heart center. Let that left hand float down. Step the left foot back to meet the right. We're going to take a side plank or supported side plank. That right knee will drop. Left hand will reach up. Full side plank. We're going to bring the feet together. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot and lift up. Lifting up through the hips. Good. Just breathing here. We're going to do a little core work. We're going to take that right hand, just scoop it like you're hugging a barrel. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, hug it under. Inhaling up. Exhale, hug it under. Inhale, take it up. Left hand to the ground. We're going to take it on the left side, so either dropping that left knee or spinning to the left side. Stacking the feet on top of one another, lifting through the hips. Right hand scoops under like a barrel, lifting back up. Exhaling, scooping. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, scooping. Inhale, lifting. Hands come down to the floor. Take your vinyasa. Come to your plank, flowing through with breath. Hug and lift up through the low belly. Pull those low ribs up towards the thighs. Walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sit to chair pose, Utkatasana. Sitting back on the heels. Letting those toes come up. Pull the belly in. Sit down nice and deep. Take the toes back to the ground. Lift up through the heels. Let those heels settle back down. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Let's take a standing split. Rooting through the right leg. Float the left leg up. Trying to keep the hips easy to rotate out. Can you kind of bring it back in? Maybe that means the foot lowers a little, but squaring off the hips. Folding, walking yourself in towards the right leg. Maybe you take one hand and wrap it around the shin. Maybe you take both hands and wrap them around the standing leg. Maybe you fall over, wipe out, whatever. Hopefully you're near a wall. It will catch you. Hopefully you're not landing on your poor kitty cat or something like that. Good, and then let's bend the right knee and tuck the left knee in. Plant the left hand and reach the right arm up, taking a twist. Pull back through the hips, reaching through the fingertips. Deep bend in that right knee. Squeezing the left knee in towards the right. And then lower that right hand back down to the ground. Standing split. Lower that left foot back. Taking a lunge, rise up. Inhale, stretch forward, reaching out over the front leg. Sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise back up. Taking your lunge. And then we're going to step that left foot forward. We're going to take an eagle pose, crossing the left leg over the right. Good, and then we're going to take the left arm under the right, crisscrossing the arms, crisscrossing the legs, twisting ourselves like ropes, and then level back out your hips and your shoulders. Sit down deep. Take those elbows, tap them to the knees. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, elbows touch the knees. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, elbows tap the knees. Inhale, come back up. Release the arms, release the legs. Inhale, lift up. Extended mountain, stay here and breathe. Root through the feet, reach through the fingertips. Energetically observe. Observe the right side of the body. Observe the left side of the body. You can feel the action of your yoga already. You can feel energetically how different the two sides of the body are from that simple short sequence. This practice has a deep effect on your energy body. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to take our standing split on the left side this time. So reaching up through the right leg. Folding in. Maybe you take one hand and wrap it around the calf. Or hold the ankle. Maybe you take both hands up and fold a little further inward. And reaching up through the ball of the right foot, pressing down through the left. Noticing the balance on this side. Is it more steady or less steady than the other? And release those hands back to the ground. Bend the left knee, tuck the right knee behind it, hug it in. And then plant that right hand on the ground. Take the left arm up, twisting. Squeeze those knees in towards one another. Get really small, hugging into yourself, curling in, twisting, looking up to the left, pressing down through the right. Bring that left hand back down, reach back up, and then go ahead and step the right foot back, taking a lunge, rising up. Let's reach forward, hinge at your hips, reach out. So we're hovering over the front thigh. We're reaching, but we've got the strength of the core to support us. And then sweep those arms back, reach back. Airplane arms. Inhale, come back to your high lunge. Nice, let's take a bend in that back knee. Get a little momentum. Step it forward. Right knee comes over the left. Right arm comes under. Taking the twist in the arms, twist in the legs, level out your hips and shoulders. Be stable here. Squeeze those legs together. And then let's tap the elbows to the knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift back up. Uncurl the arms, uncurl the legs. Inhale. Reach up, extended mountain. Pull those hands to heart center and pause. Connect to your breath. Inhale, let's sit to chair pose, Utkatasana. Pull those hands through heart center. Sit a little deeper. Find your breath. Lengthen that breath out. Lengthen through the tailbone. One more breath here. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank. Flow through a vinyasa. A vinyasa is your push-up, your up dog or down, or your cobra back bend, and then your down dog. Right leg up to the sky. Lift it up. Reach up. Hug that knee into the chest and hover. Place the right foot on the ground. Spin your back heel down, warrior one. Rise up. So reach forward through your front knee. Reach back through the back leg. Inner back thigh is really active. Inner right thigh is really active. Lift the toes up of your front foot and just lay them back down. We're going to open up to a warrior two. But we're going to make our eagle arms again. We're going to take that right arm under the left. Sitting down in our warrior, pulling those forearms away from the face. Sitting down nice and deep. Reaching forward through the front knee, engaging that inner back thigh still. Go a little deeper. Inhale, release those arms. Straighten that leg. Spin the toes. So both feet are facing the long side of your mat. We're going to bring the arms behind us, either grabbing opposite elbows or taking prayer hands, pressing the hands together, sliding them up the shoulder blades. Inhale, take a back bend, lift your heart up, look back. Exhale and fold. Folding forward, letting your head come towards the floor. If the head's touching the floor, move your feet closer together to create greater distance. If the head feels so far away from the floor and you want to feel closer, separate the feet a little more. One more breath. Hips lifting up, palms pressing together. Feet pressing through all four corners. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthening through the spine, engaging the core. Lift all the way up. Take those hands out from behind you. Shake them out. And then we're going to come into a horse stance. So we're going to spin the toes out and bend through the knees, nice and deep. Shoulders stay stacked over your hips, in line with your heels. We're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So bring the shoulders forward, squeeze them up towards the ears, roll them down the back body. And just keep rolling through the shoulders. And then we'll take this movement the opposite direction, rolling those shoulders in circles. This is to make you forget that your legs are starting to work. We have all kinds of tricks as yoga teachers. Good, one more breath here. Rolling those shoulders, and then you can straighten the legs. Good, let's walk those feet together. Take your hands behind you, clasp them, lift through the heart. Look up. This opens the heart and the throat chakras, these centers of energy in the body. Come back to looking forward. Bring both hands to the left hip. Squeeze your palms together, and then try to squeeze your elbows towards one another as well. Good. Breathing here. We're going to take our right ear and reach it towards the right shoulder. Pulling down through the left shoulder. Squeezing those elbows towards one another. So instead of being out, we're squeezing them inward. Good. Getting a nice deep stretch through the left side of the neck. This is where my massage therapist always gets his thumbs in and makes me want to cry. So stretch out that side of the neck. And then inhale, lift the head back up. Release those hands back behind you. And then bring them to the other side. Clasp the palms. Squeeze the elbows towards one another. And then pull that right ear away from the right shoulder. Pulling the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Feel a big stretch through the front right side of the neck. Right shoulder. Breathing there. Good. Stretching, releasing. Bring the hands back down. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Spin yourself to the short side, the front side of your mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, flowing through your vinyasa, or coming to a child's pose, or just coming straight back to your down dog, whatever feels good to you. Good, find your breath. Go float that left leg up towards the sky. Step the left foot between the hands, gently, softly, coming up to your warrior one. Pressing down to lift up. So we root through those feet. Our standing poses are foundational. They root us and ground us. So press through those feet. Feel the support. Feel the strength in those legs. Reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. And then we're going to take our warrior two. So spin that back foot in line with the back of the mat. Take that left arm under the right, crisscrossing the arms. Twisting those arms like ropes. Pulling the forearms away from the face and lifting the elbows up just a little bit to open some space through the shoulders. Sit down nice and deep in your warrior. Feel that front leg working. Inhale, reach those arms up. Spin the toes alongside your mat. Reach those arms up and out, 5-pointed star. We'll take a side bend to one side, just dropping a hand down towards the knee, lifting up through the opposite arm. Good. Come back through the middle. Take a side bend to the other side. And reaching up and out of the hip through the fingertips. Inhale, come back up. Spin the toes to the long side of the mat. Step the feet together. Standing in front of your mat. Mountain pose. Hands into the chest. Close your eyes and breathe. We're going to go ahead and open the abs. Root through the left foot. Float that right foot up. We're going to either grab the knee and take the knee out to the right, or we're going to bend over a little bit and grab the toe with the first and second finger. Extend the leg straight out, and then begin to open up that leg to the right. You can take the left arm and reach it out to the left and shift the gaze over to the left as well. Standing up nice and tall here. Finding balance, finding breath, and just being here. Whatever's happening in the body, just appreciate it. Appreciate how vibrant and healthy this body is that you occupy. Good, one more breath here. Slowly bringing that knee or foot back into center. Releasing the toe if you're holding the toe. Hands come back to the hips. And then we're going to take it the other way, twisting. So the knee, you can take your hand to the outside of the knee. Reach back through the right arm. Or if you were holding your toe before, this time we're going to grab the outside edge of the foot. Extend, I'll do this from the side so you can see better. Extend that right leg straight out. And then reach back through the right arm. Good, pressing out through the right heel. Pressing down through the left foot. Twisting yourself around. Finding a little space and stretch in that IT band. One more breath here, really rooting through the left foot as I fall over. Good, and then bend that knee in. Bring that arm out. Let the knee down. Pausing in mountain pose. We're going to root through the left foot again. We're going to reach that right foot up. Take the foot in your left hand and taking a version of tree. Holding that foot with the sole of the foot facing up, or if this feels too uncomfortable in the hips, taking your traditional tree of placing the foot into the thigh. Either way, finding something where you can just find balance, where you can be here, observe the breath, observe the body, connecting deep. Release that right foot down. Inhale, stretch those arms up and overhead. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, take it back through your vinyasa, your push-up, your back bend, and your down dog. Let's go from down dog, shifting forward to plank. Lift up to down dog. Shift forward to plank. Lift up to down dog. Shift forward to plank. Lift up to down dog. Now we're going to take our down dog, separate our feet hip distance, and spin both heels over to the right. Breathe into the left rib cage, the left side body. Lift those heels back up, spinning them up to the sky. Spin both heels over to the left. Press through the hands and feel the right side body wake up. Feel those cobwebs beginning to get swept away. Lift both heels up. Look between your hands, step, hop, or walk forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pull those hands through heart center. Pause in your mountain. Root through the feet. Press down through the tailbone. Reach up through the top of the head. Feel your ribs lifting and expanding with breath. Feel yourself waking up, becoming you. This outer world and all these distractions start putting layers like blankets over us, and we become hidden. And in this time of stillness, in this time of pause, we begin to start shedding those layers, those blankets. We begin to see who we are again. Let those eyes open. We're going to take our series on the other side, rooting through the right foot, letting that left knee float up, holding the left knee in the left hand and opening it up. Or, if you've got access to it, first and second finger wrap around the big toe. The leg reaches straight out first, then begins to move out to the left as we begin to reach the right arm out to the right. And then we take our gaze in the direction of the fingertips. So keep rooting through the feet, pressing out if the leg's extended, pressing out through that left heel. Otherwise, pressing the hand into the knee, finding balance, listening to the body, just hearing how it makes all those infinite adjustments. Good, beautiful. Breathing full and deep. And then taking that knee or foot back to center, lowering it down. We're going to take the opposite way. We're going to grab the knee in the right hand, stretching that left arm back. Or taking that right hand and left foot, pressing out through the heel, and then beginning to reach back through the left arm, twisting yourself open, pressing out through the left heel, pressing down through the right heel, finding your breath. One more breath here, just finding balance. And then bring that arm back, changing the gaze to the front, bringing that knee back in, setting the foot down for a moment as you prepare for your tree pose on the other side. Root through the right foot, float that left foot up, grabbing the left foot in the right hand, and then letting that knee drop down, or placing the left foot into the right thigh. You can bring the left hand to the chest in prayer and pause. Finding your breath. Standing up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back and then down. One more breath. And then let's slowly just release that foot down to the ground. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale and fold. Hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, take it back to plank, flow through your vinyasa. Landing in your down dog. Let's inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lift up to down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale to down dog. Inhale to plank. And then we're going to spin the heels over to the right, taking your side plank or letting that right knee come down for supported side plank. If you want to play, you can take that left foot up and take any variation of your side plank that feels good in your body. One more breath here. And then returning back to your plank pose. Taking it on the other side. Letting that left knee drop down for supported side plank. Or taking any embellishment that feels good in your body. And just finding breath here. Finding a little spaciousness and expansion. flowing back through vinyasa. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Float the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Hug the knee into the chest, hover, place the right foot on the ground, rise up to your high lunge. Sweep the arms forward, reaching out. Sweep them back, pull those shoulders together. Inhale, lift back up to your high lunge. Open up to your warrior two. Reverse your warrior, lift up and back. Sit down a little deeper through that front knee. Windmill those hands down to the ground. Flow through vinyasa. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Float the left leg up towards the sky. Hug it in. Step it between the hands. Rise up to your high lunge. Hinge at the hips, reach forward. Sweep the arms back. Hug those shoulders together. Inhale, rise back up to your high lunge. Spin that back foot down, warrior two. Reach deep through that front knee, reverse, lift up and back. Keep that front knee bending nice and deep. Find that edge. Windmill those hands down to the ground. Step it back to your plank, flow through your vinyasa. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Walk those feet up a little bit. Shortening your down dog. Press through that right hand. Float the left hand back. Grab the right ankle. Look under the right arm. Find your breath. Releasing that left hand. Place it back next to the right. Press down strongly through the left hand. Float that right arm back. Take a hold of the left ankle. Maybe that means bending the knee. And then breathe. Look under the left arm. Releasing that right hand down to the ground. Bend your knees, come down onto your shins. So we're going to set up for an inversion. So if you've never done a headstand before, now is not the time to try. So take another down dog or a forearm, down dog on your forearms. And then I'll walk you guys through headstand. We've been practicing for a while, but we never want to try headstand on our own at home for the first time without some good guidance. So if you haven't done it before, please don't do it now. You don't need to. For those of us that are practicing for a long time and are familiar with it, we wrap the hands around the upper arms. We release the hands, keeping those elbows in tight, interlace the palms. Lay the head down to the ground. Apply pressure into the forearms. Lift up through the hips. And then we walk one foot in. Walk the other foot in. Hug them in. Hug the knees in. And then begin to press up through the feet. Pressing the forearms into the ground to support the head and neck. So our head weighs about 8 to 9 pounds. The vertebrae of the neck are really delicate. So we never want to do a headstand without support. We never want to balance on the top of our head alone. It's very dangerous. So the arms are here to support us. They are our foundation in this pose, like our legs and our feet are in our standing poses. So we'll take just a few more breaths here in stillness and silence. And then we'll slowly begin to just let one leg float down or bring both legs down into a pike at the same time. Moving slowly with control. Then we'll come back to sitting on our shins, allowing the blood to flow back out of the head. We'll interlace our fingers, just stretch them forward, squeezing the elbows towards one another, pressing the palms out, inside outing the hands. We'll bring the hands down to the floor. Bring the knees under you. Take an inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, twisting, lowering towards the right ear, right shoulder, leaving some pressure in the left hand to support you. If this feels uncomfortable in the neck, obviously then don't do it, right? Do what feels right in your body. One more breath. Just long, slow, even, and deep. And then press through the left hand. Unfurling yourself, right arm reaches up. Right hand finds the ground, left arm reaches to the sky. Twisting through the spine. Left shoulder, left ear come to the ground. Back of the left hand rests on the ground, and right hand stays there to support you. And then pressing into that right hand, spiraling up through the left. Let's walk those hands forward, taking a puppy dog. So leaving the hips over the knees and just stretching the arms out like we do in down dog, but then melting the heart towards the ground. Pulling back through the armpits, pressing into the hands and finding breath. Walk those hands back in. Coming to a tabletop pose, we're going to do a couple stretches for our wrists and our hands to relieve some of the tension from being on our devices all day. So we're going to take the fingers and we're going to see if we can spin them all the way around, pointing back towards the knees. They may not get spun all the way around, but see if you can spin them as far as pointing back towards the knees as possible. And then you can just begin to shift the weight back a little bit and forward. Just feeling the stretch in the front of the forearms. Using your belly to support you so you're not dumping into those wrists. And then just finding stillness here. Pressing the palms into the ground so the hands are active. The shoulders are a little bit lifted. And then lift one hand up, place it back to normal. Lift the other hand up, place it back to normal. And then we're going to flip the hand upside down. So we're going to flip the palm facing up and press the back of the hand into the ground. Trying to press through the thumb and through the pinky finger side. Stretching that wrist. Good. Keeping some weight in that right hand so this isn't too much on the left. One more breath. Just feeling those tendons release a little bit. And then we'll come back. Placing that left hand on the ground, we'll take the right hand, flip it upside down, lay the back of the hand on the ground. The elbow and the wrist are in line with the shoulder, and then press through the pinky finger and the thumb side of the hand. And just breathe in, notice what you're feeling. If it's too much, back off, right? You don't have to do any pose in yoga. It's all optional. The breath is the key. Even if you do no movements but breathe consciously, that's a more powerful practice than taking every movement without consciousness of breath. We'll lift that right hand back up. Then we're going to sit back onto our heels. We're going to take the right hand out in front of us, and then we're going to alternate pulling back each finger and our thumb with the other fingers, just drawing it back. The elbow needs to be straight here to get a full stretch in that forearm. And just pulling them all back one at a time, slowly, finding that range of motion and stretching the hand. And then we're going to take the thumb and put it under the wrist. Take the fingers and press the hand down, pulling it down, stretching through the forearm. This will be good for 10 more hours on your devices. And then we'll release that right hand. And we'll do the same on the left. Pull the thumb back. And then just start by drawing back each finger just as far as it can go. Nope, you don't need to go any specific range of motion, just to your own range. And then the thumb comes under the wrist, the fingers wrap around, and we press that wrist down. Good. We'll finish with a few neck stretches. So we're going to draw the chin high up onto the chest. And then inhale, look up to the sky. Exhale, draw the chin towards the chest. Inhale, look up to the sky. Exhale, draw the chin high up on the chest. Then look up to the sky. Bring your neck back to neutral. We'll take a look over the left shoulder. Come to center, take a look over the right shoulder. Come back through center. And do that just a few more times, moving slowly and mindfully, noticing your range of motion, and just feeling some nice stretching in the neck. And the last one we'll do, come back to neutral. We'll draw the chin towards the chest and then draw the left ear towards the left shoulder, drape the head back, draw the right ear towards the right shoulder, and just taking a few slow and gentle neck rolls. Right, untangling all the tension that our devices create for us. And then take those circles the opposite way. Goodness, hearing lots of noises in my neck. Okay, coming back to neutral, and then we'll just lay down for Shavasana. So if you want to take a twist, or you want to take the legs up the wall, shoulder stand, a plow, anything remaining, maybe a butterfly pose reclining, take whatever would inspire you, whatever your body's calling out for today that it might need or desire. And just honor that moment by taking that pose. If nothing comes to mind, then just settle in for your Shavasana, right? Don't go digging through the mind, searching for something. Just lay down, close the eyes, and relax. Just feel the heaviness on the floor. We'll wait for those of you who are finishing up your final pose. And just begin to have a sense of appreciation for the ability to move in our bodies and the ability to move the breath. The breath is our life force, our prana. We move this life force through the body. It shifts our energy, shifts our chemistry. So we take a moment of just sheer gratitude for the ability to create something positive, to create a positive you, right? We are shaping ourselves through this practice and these movements and this breath. So enjoy the beauty of that. Now when you're ready, settling into Shavasana, allowing the eyes to close, the shoulders, the hips, the heels be heavy on the ground. Let your breath be effortless. And just settle into stillness and complete rest. Know that you are whole, know that you are safe, know that you are loved. Know that whatever's happening outside cannot affect the calm that is inside. Simple returning to breath returns you to that calm and stillness. It's always there. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, rocking the head side to side. beginning to hear the sounds around you in the room, feeling the sensation of the air on the body, and then rolling up, finding your seat. Let the hands come together at your heart. Close your eyes and bow to yourself. With deep gratitude for the opportunity to be on this journey, to learn and to grow, to take the lessons that are here for us and learn and expand our spirits. Feeling connected to everyone and everything. Feeling part of this incredible design. Feeling the power that this practice generated for you in your life. So we honor one another by saying namaste. Thank you guys again for the honor of guiding a practice and sharing with you. And if you made it all the way through, congratulations. I was going to ask if people want it longer or shorter. I know, Tatiana, I owe you a really long practice. You've requested. But if anyone wants a shorter practice, I'm sure they've turned this video off by now. So let me know what you think. I love the comments, so thank you very much. And super excited that I can be connected with all of you. It's been a delight to hear from friends in California, and friends in Switzerland, and Belgium, and Florida. So thank you guys for your feedback and your comments and your love. Love you guys. Namaste. Have a good one. Bye.